Who doesn't love a bargain? And have I got one for you today? So good morning watch nerds, and welcome to my channel, and welcome to what I believe is one of the only few reviews of this particular watch on YouTube. The others being far better than mine, of course. Now, if there's ever been a watch that looks better in real life than it does in the advertising blurb, this is it. Milifortic, from what I can understand, the sister brand to Baltony, and for once the Chinese have chosen a name I believe is readable. And even the font they've used is pretty good as well. Now, as far as I can tell, this does not homage another watch directly, although it is quite generic for a racing chronograph. As well as this blue version, the watch comes in two other colours. Now, I decided I wanted another chronograph as I hadn't had one for a while, the last one being the Milifortic, which was a really nice looking watch, although very overpriced for what it is, and I didn't like not having an active second hand. In actual fact, I had my eye on another reviewer's Nezumi Virtua, and although he was selling it for a lot less than the full price of a new one, it offered very similar specs to this, and it cost nearly 3 times as much. So what is the price of one of these, I hear you say? Well, I managed to pick this one up for just £84 delivered including taxes from AliExpress. Now, considering what it is and what you get for the money, I think you're going to be impressed. But you won't know unless you hang around. And welcome to my unpaid and unsponsored review of the Milifortic R709 Chronograph. The packaging looks familiar. I'm sure I've had a watch arrive in something similar before. It might have been a Chronos actually. It's like a large padded spectacles case. And whilst far from luxury, it does a job and it could be used as a travel case. Inside is a strap changing tool on a 2-year warranty, which incidentally is the same as its sister brand. One of the problems I found when looking for a racing chrono was finding one that wasn't the size of a dinner plate. But this one suits the bill fine. Now, it's got a case of 39mm, a lug width of 20mm, a depth of about 12mm, which includes a double dome sapphire crystal with AR coating, and a lug to lug of 46.3mm, and it's got nicely downtoned lugs. Now, on this leather strap, it weighs in at about 68 grams. In my opinion, the watch wears to size. And here's a quick wrist check. It's my watch of the day. A watch from the other end of the financial scale. It's the Tudor Black Bay 36. When you buy a chronograph, you only really have 3 choices of movement. Spend a fortune on a Swiss-made mechanical version, buy one with a Seagull 1963 inside, which is fair but probably not great as a daily wearer, or go quartz. Inside we've got a Seiko VK63 hybrid movement, meaning that whilst the timekeeping is kept via conventional quartz movement, the chronograph hand sweeps mechanically. The battery life is about 3 years, and the stated accuracy is plus minus 20 seconds per month, although I very much suspect it will be a lot more accurate than that. The screw down 6.5mm unsigned crown helps the watch's claim 100 metres of water resistance. However, the pushers don't screw down, so I'd be reluctant to swim with it or similar. Now, unscrew the crown and pull it out once for the day and a second time for time adjustment. Now, push the top button once and the chrono hand starts. Press it a second time and it will stop. Then press the bottom pusher so the hand snaps back into position. Never, I repeat, never press the bottom button before stopping the hand, as this may damage the mechanism. Something I should add is that when screwing in the crown, it's actually buttery smooth, which is just incredible considering the price of this watch. So let's have a look at the strap that it came on. Now, it's a black vintage style leather, and it's surprisingly good. It's thick, it's quite subtle, and it's even got branded hardware. You will notice it's sealed at the sides, so if you do get it wet, there will be some resistance in ruining the strap. When I ordered this, I hadn't intended on keeping the strap on it, but to be honest, I'm so impressed, well, it's going to stay. The 316L stainless steel case is all brushed and to a surprisingly good standard. It's nicely shaped and it fits well to the wrist. Now another reviewer did mention that the insides of the lugs are a little bit sharp, which actually they are. However, it isn't something anybody's realistically going to come in contact with, so not really an issue. Flip it over and you can see that it's got a sterile screw down case back. Now to be honest, my only two real complaints about this watch is the fact that they didn't sign the crown or this case back. Although this is an excellent watch for the money, these two little things cost very little and would have given it a bit more of a premium feel. What you don't get to see in the stock photos is this sunburst dial, and that's the main reason this watch looks so much better in real life. Like most chronograph watches, the dial is pretty busy. Starting from the outside, we've got a navy minute track. That then leads into a white second track. The indices are applied, and then there is a frameless date window between the 4 and 5, and that's not perfectly centred. Apparently, that's because 31 days doesn't fit into 60 minutes, if you get what I mean. Under the 12, we've got Milifortic in the font that I really like, then Chronograph and the water resistance. The running second hand is the bottom dial, also in the dial colour but with the circular texturing. The silver dial to the left is a minute counter for the chronograph, whilst the one to the right is a 24-hour clock. Both the fence post hands and the baton indices have got a decent application of some type of green loom, and whilst this wouldn't keep up with a good diver, it's pretty good all the same. Here's a picture of it. So what do I think of the Milifortic R709 racing chronograph? Well, it's got a sapphire crystal, a Seiko VK63 movement, nice case finishing, reasonable loom, a more than decent strap, and it looks really nice as well. Other than the unsigned crown and case back, there's very little to complain about really, and it was as cheap as chips. Don't bother to ask me if I recommend it, how couldn't I? That brings me to the end of this review. So if you've enjoyed it, click on the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, leave your comments below, and as usual, enjoy the rest of your day.